Yo guys, what is up and welcome back to a new video on the channel. Today we are ranking the Dynamite, all of the Dynamite Beyblades. I think this should be all of them. Comment down below on your opinion about this season of Dynamite. And this is the last anime we have. They're still releasing some Beyblades. But yeah, last anime we had. Hasbro obviously is still going on. Project is still going on. So if you didn't watch the anime and you want to have a chance to catch up, just watch Hasbro since the episode one. But yeah, here we are ranking them, and we do have we don't have any Dynamite Beyblades, but we do want to get some. I'm just thinking of which one to particularly get. I'm saving money so we can get at least 3 Dynamite Beyblades, something like that. Thinking about stock combos and just combos in general. But yeah, that'll be for another video. We'll just try to see what money so you can get boxings up for you guys. Alright, starting off with Cyclo Ragnarok. So yeah, forgot to mention A to F. Yeah, F is like horrible, like the one of the worst. Dynamite Beyblade. D is it's really bad, but it's not the worst. C is average. B is like it's it's one of the better ones, but it's not the best. A definitely up there with the best, and S like the best. All right. So here we have Cyclone Ragnarok. Now Cyclone Ragnarok has 7 teeth, even though the teeth are not that strong. He has 7 teeth, which kind of makes up for it. He has a Never Driver. To be honest, he's really decent Bailey. Even nowadays he could still compete. I just don't think he's at the top level. I'll probably put him at C tier. I think he's kind of average right then in my Beyblade. And yeah, he's pretty average Bailey. He has good stamina. He has all right pressure systems. Yeah, he's just pretty much average. Next, let's go to Belial. You see Belial, first Belial, Dynamite Belial. I feel like with all the gears on, I would probably say A tier. But with no gears, I'll probably say the same thing as Ragnarok, probably C tier. But yeah, so we're gonna count perfect Belial. So Dynamite Belial, just in case, guys, I'll probably put him at C. But in this time, we're thinking about perfect Belial, and for perfect Belial, we are going for um A tier. It was actually really good. Next, we have Vanish Fafnir. Vanish Fafnir, just like every Fafnir, he has the ability to still spin. He has a decent driver, but it's not that great. I think the kick driver, it doesn't have that much stamina for a stamina driver. But again, Fafnir could still spin, pretty much like every Fafnir since Billy Burst Evolution, Drain Fafnir. I'll probably say same thing as Ragnarok. I think he's pretty average. Like it just depends on your style. Like he's really good against right spin Beyblades, but he's really bad against left spin Beyblades. The thing about Mirage Fafnir is that he was also really good against right spin Beyblades, but he had a counter more, and I feel like that was a problem with Fafnir. They were pretty much bad against any left spin Beyblade, but they were good against right spin. So for that problem, putting him at C. If it was Mirage, I'll probably put him higher. But yeah, Vanish was at C. Then we have Bahamo. I feel Bahamo is a really good left spin defense type. Even up to this day, he's really competitive. Yeah, he's a pretty decent bay. The driver is pretty decent. Yeah, I think this guy he could even steal some spin. He has good life after death. I'll probably put him at A tier. With Belial. Actually, let me put Belial down to A tier, to B tier. I do think he's one of the better Beyblades, but I don't think he's like one of the best. Okay, I just did pick arrangement. Next, we have Debatably one of the worst bays that came out the Dynamite season. We have Savior Valkyrie. So the thing about Savior Valkyrie is that he was a decent attack type. He could get awakened whenever the rubber things would come off. And the lair was pretty strong. The teeth were pretty okay because they only had 2 clicks. So I think that was a problem with Savior Valkyrie. I feel like if it had 4 clicks, it would have been way better. Shot driver is it's kind of fun. If it was shot like they did shot driver dash and they added Valkyrie 14, I'll probably put him at A tier. But the thing is that he has 2 teeth, so pretty much that brings him down to a B tier. And like the teeth are not that great, and the driver is not as OP. He's pretty much just a fun builder to use. So if you want it for fun, definitely go Savior Valkyrie. But if competitive meta, I'd probably say only Savior is good. And yeah, I'll probably put him at. I don't want to put him at F tier, but I think I'm gonna have to for the sake of the video. Saber Valkyrie, I would probably put him at D tier because I do think he's one of the worst bases, but not the worst. Like in terms of performance, he's probably a D tier for a Dynamite, but there are not many Dynamite bases when I probably put him at F. Then we have Astral Spriggan. Now, Astral Spriggan is a really decent Beyblade. He could spin left and right. He has his driver is pretty decent. It's kind of like Zeta, and it has a tighter spring than Zeta, but I just don't think it has that much good of a burst resistance. It is a pretty good driver, but I just feel like the burst resistance is slow. If they would have made it like a dice driver, Spriggan would have probably been an S. But for that reason, we're gonna have to put Astro Spriggan in A tier. It has a decent disc and everything. I just don't think he's all the way up there as the best. The way to be the best. Right. Next, we have Guilty Lioness, and this guy is absolutely insane. I feel like the only Bailey this guy could lose to is probably Bahamut. But yeah, this guy's S tier for sure. Guilty Lioness, he has really good upper checks, heavy hits. This guy's probably like the most scary stock combo all of burst. You could probably go to a tournament using this guy's stock combo. You could probably get past some few rounds. You could probably make it to the finals just by using his stock combo. For sure, you cannot like maybe even win a tournament because people have done that before winning a tournament with stock combos, and Gelsky is definitely one of the options. Yeah, the thing about Guilty and Bahamut is that they have Bahamut doesn't have teeth. Forgot to mention this. He has like something rubber, kind of like looks kind of like a burst stopper. It has pretty decent like slopes. It's not teeth. It's kind of like slopes. It's pretty good burst resistance, for sure. So it didn't mess it up at all. It's kind of like a burst stopper, kind of like um Arc. I think it's called Arc Bahamut from Hasbro. Yeah, like in the Evolution series. Yeah, pretty good Beyblade. Yeah, but still, I just wanted to share that. So pretty much, you could put. I think the issue was that they added all metal drivers, and they could harm your teeth. But there were some specific Beyblades that the metal drivers didn't harm, like for example, Guilty Longinus and Bahamut. Maybe in Phoenix. I don't know. I can't remember exactly who. But yeah, pretty good Beyblade. Go to Line is extremely good Beyblade. Even his driver is insane. They're basically one of the best attack drivers in the game. He has Destroy, which is really good. Like Destroy Dash is absolutely insane in the Sparking series, and for them to make an even tighter version called Destroy Metal, it's really OP. For sure, he's S tier. He's just amazing. I feel like has always been a strong blader in the Beyblade Burst series, but for some reason lately, since like the Sparking to Dynamite, he hasn't been getting much love as he deserves. But still, going on with Dangerous Billy on. So when he released, I thought he was gonna be way better than Billy. I thought he was gonna be like competing with Guilty on top. But to be honest, he didn't really show that. Don't get me wrong, he is a really good Beyblade, but his birth system is not as good as Guilty. But I still think he's a really solid Beyblade though. Is he better than Dynamite? I do think he's better than Dynamite. With the full gear on, 100% A tier. Without the gear, I'll probably put it the same as Dynamite B tier. But yeah, we're gonna put him in A tier behind Bahamut. Then we have Prominence Phoenix. So I'm pretty sure everybody was hyped when Prominence Phoenix came out because Prominence Phoenix was a really, really good Beyblade. Same thing. I feel like the past one was Fi, and then he had his brother Hyde in the Turbo slash True series, and then now it's Hyde, but Hyde is a pretty cool Blader as well. You know, the armor still comes off. I just don't think it has a pretty decent driver and disc. I just don't think Phoenix was as good as how it was back in the days. I feel like they should have added like something like Atomic Dash, maybe even Atomic Metal. They should have probably made a jumper like that and give Phoenix the ability to for the teeth to not get damaged because of it. Then they would have made Performance Phoenix a really, really good Bailey, but because they ruined that part of it, the fact Hyde didn't come back. Hyde is still pretty good though, but I feel like everyone had to put this at a B tier. I do think he's one of the better Bailies, but I do not think he's up there, like A or S tier. Okay, next we have Savior Perseus. Now, Savior Perseus is probably the same thing as Salvatore Valkyrie. Um, so yeah, it's a really, really good, has a really good layer. The teeth are pretty bad. The disc is pretty decent. So the disc and like the outside of the layer is pretty good. Forgot what you call it. The driver bearing dash. So is a thing that I'm pretty sure everybody expected. The bang has a really bad burst resistance, but it's a really good driver. So, but I think everybody expected the dash should be kind of feeling like a regular dash, but it didn't. It felt kind of weaker than most dashes, but it was still it had better burst resistance. But because of the fact that it was not as OP as planned, I think still Savior Person was still a really bad ability for some reason. I feel like it shouldn't be that bad, but it is. I feel like I was expecting him to be like a B tier Beyblade when it came out, but no, he's actually really bad. Maybe even Silver Balkan could get some wins on it. That probably put them at equal. Greatest Raphael. You see, this guy is really good against left spin Beyblades, but against right spin Beyblades, he's kind of bad. He has an extend plus dash. I think. Yeah, extend plus dash is a really good thing. He has a halo ability. Doesn't really do anything to be honest. It might even affect it. The disc is really good. So pretty much, I think he's one of the better Beyblades, but the same thing. Like he's really kind of like the same issue with Fafnir. He's really good against left spin Beyblades, but like the opposite technically. He's really good against left spins, but against right spins, it's kind of not that great. But I do think he could be Savior Persis, or I do think he could be Savior Valkyrie. Unlike Fafnir, he cannot be any other left spin Beyblades I see here. Last but not least, we have Ultimate Valkyrie. Ultimate Valkyrie was a really strong ability when it came out. Obviously, the purpose of Ultimate Valkyrie is to get all the Valkyrie slash Valkyrie X previously designed into one. And I do see it. It was really good in performance when it came out. Like it had the rubber things, kind of like Brave Valkyrie. You know, it was a really good attack. I think it was like the outside of the ultimate part. It was really good. Valkyrie had pretty decent teeth. You know, variable dash. I do think evolution dash is better, but real dash is still pretty decent. Uh, the disc is also pretty good. I wish he was as good as Guilty, but he's not. Sadly, I wanted the thing about Valkyrie is that he always competes with Guilty, not Guilty, but like with Longinus, who's a better attack Beyblade. So I wish you could put them at S tier along each other, but I do think he's an A tier. I think this is the first time Valkyrie and Longinus do not compete. Who is a stronger attack type? Um, Maybe even on like lately, like even on the GT series slash right series of Valkyrie and Lion are not even at the top of the food chain. But I do think from in Blade Longinus was not that strong and yeah. But it was supposed to be from like Strike God Valkyrie. it was pretty much supposed to be like that, but for some reason they both just kind of downgraded it. Ultimate Valkyrie, I feel like it's a better release than most of these Beyblades, like even a better release than Guilty because it's the last Valkyrie, and we might even get another Longinus. But for it being the last Valkyrie up, I'm gonna put it at S tier, but performance wise, I'm gonna put it at A tier. Guys, let me know what you think about this video. Like and subscribe to the channel. We're gonna do a FIFA team review soon, so make sure you check that out. And yeah, post your teams in the comments down below so you guys don't miss out. Your boys out for this. Peace.